Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back for another Mass Make Monday, and if you can't guess from what's sitting out on my table, today we are going to do some hidden paper clips. So I am gonna start my timer, and I am gonna grab my paper trimmer. So there are a variety of ways you can create hidden paper clips, and there are also a variety of hidden paper clip types. Some are fully hidden, some are partially hidden. Right now I am cutting paper down to 5.5 by 2.5 inch strips. And this was inspired by a video I saw on Gal Augustinelli's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And so these are going to be our inside pieces of paper. And then we are going to cut down strips that are 6 by 3 for the outside for some of them. And then I'm going to mix it up for some of the paper clips and do some different sizes. But the first round, and this is just some random cardstock I have because I want my inside piece to have a little bit of, you know, sturdiness to it, but it doesn't have to be, you don't want it to be super thick. So I'm just gonna cut these down. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna try and be able to talk and cut at the same time, but that's always a dangerous proposition. There's a good chance I will have some kind of funky offcut. But I'm just gonna cut down a whole bunch, and we probably are not gonna get to all of these today because yeah, I'm cutting down a lot because I'm hoping this mass make video will end up having more mass made stuff than the last one. So I figured I'd give myself maybe 10 minutes of cutting time and then start on assembling. I'm trying to think of something to chat about, but my mind has gone completely blank. This weekend's a nice long weekend because I'm filming this on Friday, so Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I have the day off from work and I am looking forward to that. This is also traditionally the weekend where I put away my Christmas decorations because I may have mentioned in another video, I need a long weekend so I can recover because I have a lot of decorations to put away. And I actually started doing it in the evenings during the week. So I've got 2 of my Christmas trees are down. I have 2 to go. And then I have a bunch of decorations to put away, just random decorations. And all the wreaths are put away, except for one that I forgot that I've got to figure out where on earth I'm going to put it because I think I've run out of room for storing my wreath. And what I'm really not looking forward to is the one container for decorate. This is not, somewhere I went off. My measurements went off. See, this is what I get for talking and measuring at the same time. Okay, I didn't cut this down again to 5.5. That's why. That's what happens when I try and talk and cut at the same time. But as I was saying, the one of the containers I use for storing my Christmas decorations, it's one of those 3-drawered plastic wheeled things. Actually, it's I think only 2 drawers, but the wheels have kind of come off and it's in a closet under a shelf, like pushed to the back. So we pretty much have to crawl under the cabinet and take things out of it and put things into it without moving it out of the closet. So it is absolutely no fun to deal with. All right, so those are our inside pieces. For the outside pieces, I've grabbed a whole bunch of cardstock by Craft Consortium. And these are 6x6 pads, although I do think I have a couple pieces in there by 49 and Mark. And so I figured I'd cut 2 3-inch pieces. I cut them in half, and that'd give me 2 3-inch pieces for each one. And so let's go ahead and do that. And then we can start assembling these guys, and I'll show you how I'm going to assemble these. And then we may make some more in a different style if I have time, but right now we're going to go with this style, or with the first style, from Gail's video. Oi! I had a very busy work week, and so my brain's a little fried. And these are double-sided, and so I will probably do one from one side and one from the other side. And I picked a whole bunch of different colors and cardstocks, figuring I can do a mix of, I'm working on the steampunk and sewing themed journals right now. So I figured this way I can have a variety for decorating. Feels like more than one page at least. Okay. I'll try speeding this up by cutting more than one page at a time. Always hesitant to do that. Always feel like something ends up wiggling and I don't get everything cut perfectly. This one's thicker, it's the 49 and Market one. And so in addition to undecorating my house this weekend, I am tomorrow night going out to our local zoo. Does an Asian Lantern Festival from I think the end of November through, this is the last weekend. And we had picked up tickets as kind of a Christmas gift for my dad, so it's going to be my dad, my sister, and her significant other and his daughter. We're all going, and we originally were going to go in December, but they were predicting such bad storms that they actually canceled, and it's one of those kind of events that's supposed to be rain or shine. And so since they canceled it, we were able to pick another night to go. So we are going tomorrow night, and before we go, we're going to the German restaurant we all love for dinner. All right, so I'm gonna grab, no, not those, these guys, and we've got 2 options for how we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna take option 1 is we are gonna take our piece of paper, fold it in half, and I'm not too worried about what this paper looks like because you're not going to see it. It's going to be completely covered. And I'm going to take my paper clip and stick it on and push it all the way down. And then take this piece, fold it in half. Grab my glue. And put glue on this side. Now I know some people, when they do the hidden paper clips, they put tape over the paper clip and all that, but with this, it's going to be fully within the piece. I don't think putting tape down is really necessary. So there we've got it glued down on one side, and then we're gonna glue the other, and my glue is exploding. Now just don't go off the edges, because otherwise you're gonna end up gluing your paper clip closed essentially. And go like that. So the paper clip, I can say that, really I can, is completely hidden. So if you take a piece of paper, you can slip it between, just making sure. My art glitter glue really doesn't like changes in temperature very much. But then you can take your paper clip and slip it over your page just like that. So it's covered on both sides. So that's option one. Option two is we take the paper clip, I grab one of the green ones, and let's do this page, and we're gonna fold this piece in half. And put our paper clip not all the way down. We're gonna have it sticking up just a little bit. We're gonna fold this paper over. I'm gonna put my crease in. I'm gonna open it back up. I'm gonna take my paper clip, figure out where I wanna put it, grab a craft knife, put a little slit in our top paper so that we can have it sticking out a little bit at the top, and you can put a little dangle on there. And I think I'm gonna pull that up just a little bit more and stick it through. And so now we're gonna, I think that's a good amount. And then we're just gonna glue down like we did last time. So I'm just gonna, again, being sure to keep it on my inner piece so that I don't end up gluing the thing totally shut, so that I can't actually use it as a paper clip. I'm gonna push that down, and oh goodness gracious, I don't know what the heck is going on, but yeah, our temperature has been all over the place lately. It's been cold, it's warm again today, it's gonna be, I think, warmer tomorrow, and then it's going to be cold again, and my art glitter glue gets confused by the temperature changes and tends to explode when it's been chilly and then gets warm again. So there we go. There's another one, and this one's got it sticking up. So we're going to just do a bunch of paper clips just like that, so that we have a bunch that will decorate pages. And I'm going to alternate between fully covered and partially covered. So what I think I may do is go through and fold all the papers first, so that we have just a stack and we can kind of assembly line this. So I was going to say, do you guys have any exciting plans for this long weekend? Are you doing anything, traveling, or doing anything exciting? I know a lot of people in the Midwest are going to be getting some rough weather this weekend. So if that is where you are, stay warm. As I said, today's high was in the, I think, 70s, and yesterday was in the low 60s. So yeah. And when you've lived in Florida for a while, low 60s is considered cold. It's what I refer to as Florida cold, because I grew up in the Northeast, and you know, I used to go out in the snow, and if it hit like 75, I was like, can we go swimming? And now I'm like, it's 75, it's a little cool out. It's amazing how your body adjusts to temperatures. So I think for this one, I may do both going this way, because I kind of really like that. Except then we're gonna have gardeners upside down. All right, so and that's kind of cute too. So all right, let's do that. So yeah, it's definitely interesting recognizing the fact that, you know, what I consider cold has adjusted over the years, and cold comes a lot sooner now that I've lived in Florida for, what, 30 years? More than 30 years? So yes, all of you who are going to be experiencing some rough winter weather this coming weekend, stay warm and stay safe. So I guess instead of what do you like to do outdoor activity wise, is what kind of activities do you like to do indoors other than crafting? I am a avid listener to books on tape, like audiobooks. I have an Audible subscription, and I really enjoyed listening to audiobooks. And I just finished a couple books by Estrella, who I thoroughly enjoy as an author. And the audiobooks, well, I don't know that I've read any of Estrella's books in hard copy, but their audiobooks are fantastic. So I just listened to The Cosmic Delivery Boy, and so that one's a little bit more sci-fi, and I tend to lean a little more fantasy usually in my listening. But I did enjoy it. Estrella has 2 other book series that I have listened to on audio. The first is, I think the name of the series is Unlikely Heroes. The first book in it is, I think, 2 necromancers, a bureaucrat, and I don't remember if it's a dragon or an elf, but it's absolutely hilarious. It is so very funny. It's centers around the main character is a necromancer named Timmy, and his apprentice Katie, who likes to dress up her creations in pink. And they're working on getting a pardon for the slightly nefarious things they have done. And they get assigned a bureaucrat who's absolutely terrified of the missions they get sent on. And it's just so funny. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then he has a series, Attempted Vampirism, which is about a vampire lord whose castle gets taken by the tax authorities because his father and grandfather failed to pay their debts. So he's now become an adventurer to try and earn the money he needs to pay off those debts and get his castle back, because he's struggling with this because he's a scholar and wants to just sit at home in his fuzzy bunny slippers and read books. So it also is very funny. And so I think the first book that I listened to was a compilation of the first 2 books in the series, and the next one was a compilation of possibly book 3 and 4, but I'm not 100% sure. But I thoroughly enjoyed those books as well. Ooh, we're almost at the end of the stack of these, because I was hoping to spend 10 minutes folding, which we're a little bit over, but not too bad, and then start folding and assembling so that I actually have time to decorate a few. Yeah, I may have gone a little overboard in my cutting, which is not really all that surprising because it's me. So yeah, this one, since it's directional, one side it's going to be a little upside down, but you can just cover that up with decorations. Alright, so I've got all the patterny stuff folded. Now we need the inside pieces. And what I may do is, I guess maybe fold them all. So, do you listen to audiobooks? If so, what are some of your favorites? Do you have a particular author you like to listen to? Or are you one of those people, and I know quite a number of them, who just can't get into audiobooks? I love them. I think they're great. If I am not filming and crafting, I've got an audiobook going. When I was doing a better job of taking my dogs on walks regularly, I'd always wear my headphones while walking and listen to an audiobook. I listened to one while playing games on my phone or Kindle right before going to bed every night. I've always got a book that I'm reading on my Kindle and a book that I'm listening to on my phone. So yeah, I've always got 2 books going at once. And if you are an audiobook listener, do you have any good recommendations? I tend to lean towards sci-fi and fantasy, with a smattering of romance tossed in every once in a while. If you couldn't tell from my discussion of the LG Estrella books I've been listening to recently. So yeah, and I lean more heavily fantasy than I do sci-fi, generally speaking. So I like books about werewolves and vampires and elves and dragons and magic users and all sorts of stuff like that. As you may be able to tell from the name of my channel, I'm a bit of a nerd, so I like all that nerdy stuff. So yeah, I'm currently listening to some series of shapeshifter books by Shelley Lawrenston, which her books are quite funny as well. And this is a series I've listened to and read before, and I am enjoying them, but it wasn't exactly what I was in the mood for after I got done with the LG Estrella stuff, and I just can't seem to find something I want to listen to that I haven't listened to already. So if you've got any suggestions, I'm all ears. Alright, if we're going to have time to decorate any, I think we're going to stop there with the folding and set those aside for now and start putting these guys together. So let's grab a bunch of plain paper clips and do those first. So yes, I'm open to suggestions, and if you would like some suggestions, I will share with you some of my favorite audiobooks. I really enjoy the Rivers of London series by Ben Aaronovitch, which it's a, you know, urban fantasy. You've got magic users, and the main character is Peter Grant, who is a police officer with the Metropolitan Police Department in London. And the reader is absolutely fantastic. I probably could listen to him read the Yellow Pages and I would enjoy it. So that is one series I really enjoy. I also thoroughly enjoy the Chronicles of St. Mary's series, which is by Jodi Taylor, and it follows the Institute of St. Mary's for historical research, and their whole thing is they investigate major historical events in contemporary time. Don't call it time travel. So basically the whole point of that storyline is that they travel back in time to document what really happened at major historical events. So it speaks to both my nerdy soul and my the history nerd in me, because I have a master's degree in history. So I thoroughly enjoy the historical aspects of the stories and the fact that they are time travelers, and again, funny. Like, if you're sensing a theme, I like a lot of humor, even with my drama. So most of the authors I like to read sprinkle in a decent amount of humor with their writing, and nothing is too terribly serious. So that is another series that I thoroughly enjoy, and that one's up into the teens, number of book wise. So in fact, I just got, she usually releases at Christmas time, a book that usually the proceeds go to, or a short story that the proceeds go to a charity, and it releases on Christmas Day. So I have ordered that and I haven't listened to it yet. So maybe I'll listen to that next, although it tends to be a Christmas themed story, and if I had remembered, I would have listened to it on Christmas. But I forgot that I had pre-ordered it until I noticed it in my library a few days later. So I haven't listened to that yet, but I do thoroughly enjoy her, the Chronicles of St. Mary's story. I'm trying to think who else has good audiobooks that I listen to regularly. And I'm drawing a blank right now. Okay, we're just moving right along. Let's see. That was this guy. That one. We've done one of the flip side of those. I'm sitting here, I'm like, have I exhausted everything I have to possibly talk about? Because I feel like if I'm sitting here crafting, since I don't add music to my videos, I feel like I should be saying something so that you're not just watching in utter silence, but perhaps you prefer utter silence to me jabbering on, in which case you can hit the mute button. I won't know, and I won't be offended. Also, feel free to play this back sped up. I tend to watch most of my YouTube videos at 1.75 speed. And it's funny, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before on a video or not, but when my TV resets and it goes back to normal speed and I start watching, you know, the YouTube crafters that I watch regularly, my first thought usually is, when it takes me a moment to realize it's been reset, is, oh goodness, I wonder what's wrong with whoever it is. They sound like they're not feeling so good because they're talking so slowly compared to what the normal speed for them. Let's see, we got 3 more of these, and then we'll move on to do a couple with the dangly spots, and then do some decorating. I've got my timer set and I'm watching it because I'd like to get at least a couple decorated on screen this time instead of just assembling them. And I'm just using my bone folder to press down. Art glitter glue likes it when you press down on the things you're gluing. So I'm just doing that to help get a better adherence to the paper. That one, 2 more of these, and we've got, I'm looking at my timer, there's like 14 minutes left, and so I was kind of hoping to have at least 10 to decorate so that I could get at least 1 or 2 decorated. I also thought I was going to end up assembling way more than this, and I have a feeling that's going to be a theme of mass making for a little while until I get the hang of how much I can actually accomplish in 45 minutes. All right, we're going to cover this last one, and then we're going to move on to decorating because I want to get at least a few decorated on camera with you. And if I keep going, that ain't happening. All right, and I'm gonna just start with this one since I've got it out, and I want to grab my stub and deco punch, and I think I'm gonna deco punch the corners just to add a little bit more interest. And then I'm gonna pull out I've got a bunch of printables that are going to work for like my steampunky themed journal. So let's see what we've got in here. That's a little big. Kind of like that, but it's a little big. Yikes. All right, let's not spend forever making decisions or we're never going to get one done. Eek! So much to choose from. These are a digital kit by Abrotique. These are from my Porch Prints, and I'm not sure where those are from off the top of my head right now. You know what? I think I'm going to grab a bit of just random antique book page that I was pulled out for something else and add a little bit of book page. don't worry, I will use those for something else. Let's see. So we're gonna go like that. And let's go like that. I want to ink the edges. Let me grab some ink. And I think I'm gonna grab the I'm gonna go a little Uncharted Mariner. Trying to find blue ink dauber. And we'll just grab a new one because I can't find it. Oh, I think I'm gonna pull in some brown on this. Oh, that works. And then I've got the gears I did in that my rusty, the tutorial on doing rusty, faux rust and faux leather. Those, and I think I'm gonna grab, let's see. These are my Porch Prints labels, so I think I may add that there. And this guy going that way. And this is Love Junk Journals, so I will leave links to everything down below. Let's grab that and some brown. Managed to bury my vintage photo in the drawer. Oh no, you know what? It's sitting out right in front of my face. My craft space is an utter disaster. I really need to do a bit of cleanup around here because I can't find anything. It's really sad. And I have a feeling we're just going to get this guy decorated because don't forget, we have two sides on this. And I'm gonna make my life easier by keeping it simple and just do basically the same thing on the other side. We're gonna flip over and tear off another piece, ink the edges, and I have no idea if I was even on screen for that. Sorry. Grab a couple more gears. Where did I put the gears? I just have them. Ah. That one. And that one. And a couple more labels. All right, so we got one fully done and decorated. Oh no, and I managed to get some Uncharted Mariner on one of the bee papers. Eep. Which, let's grab that, and hopefully it's not glaring too much because it's got some metallic in it. And let's decorate this guy. I think I like that. And that. And these are both by Leanna Stamps. No, Leanna Scraps. I believe, no. Yes? No. This is definitely Leanna Scraps. I am not sure who this is. I will double check because I think that might be Abrotique. I think I need a little something else that's kind of neutral. Let's pull out a label. That works. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to round the corners. I'm just going to use my We Are Memory Keepers and do the 1/4 inch. And I'm going to ink edges. And if I didn't say, this is by Love Junk Journals. Definitely thinking I should have cut fewer pieces and spent more time decorating. That probably would have been more enjoyable for you guys. And definitely, you know, doing the mass make is definitely a new thing for me, and so I'm still figuring out the wheres and why-fors and best options kind of thing. And I'm just gonna grab some mustard seed and ink the edges of the stamp with mustard seed. And again, I think I'm going to do basically the same thing on the back. I got another honeycomb one. And another bee stamp. And I'll grab another label. Let's go with that. Oh, there goes our timer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up before I wrap up the video. Actually, No, go that way. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 assembled, and then 9 and 10. So we got 2 fully decorated. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.